Blog Talk Radio.
All right, hello. I just wanted to see how my how this music thing is going on. I was like, okay, let me see, let me listen to it. You know, I could get a little background and everything. Put that music on. I could be collaborating and everything. Wow. All right, thank you, Blog Talk Radio. Oh, here it is. As usual, I ain't gonna fit to you. I gotta put on that face. But let me go ahead and start off with Salubrious. Today is Monday, June 9, 2014. Boon, B-O-O-N, B-O-O-N, blessings. Salubrious, everyone. My name is Irene Ratliff with Regal Street Meat Company. Street Meat Company is a nonprofit organization seeking partners and sponsors such as the listening audience to help ameliorate goals that can improve our community. Listeners, please call 646-564-9776. Street Meat The Point. Let me make sure I type that on here because like I said before, I try to make sure I have some notes here. Street Meat The Point. We are on the air for up to 120 minutes daily, starting at 11:30 p.m. The reason why I said up to is because it depends on the information, okay? And then it also depends on who's calling in, who's trying to listen in, and all those kind of things. So that does matter, you know. If you 2 hours, you have somebody calling, you can collaborate. Sometimes it can get a little wordy in terms of what was going on in the course of the day, but it is given 30 minutes. Now, I want to say for the 30 minutes or more, okay, I do want to say that for some strange reason, I was having technical difficulties for the last few days, of maybe about 3 or 4 days. I apologize. I didn't know what was going on. I was just to call it again technical difficulties. But anyway, anyway, okay. Well, anyway, I was having a hard time signing on the computer. Well, I was signing on the computer, but it was taking me some time for it to dial up. Anyway, by the grace of goodness, we are training on Blog Talk's premium package, and we like to maintain the package. Yes, Street Meet the Point want to continue to bring you the neighborhood news. The things that I see, I want us to participate. Anyway, hey, matter of fact, I'll get into all of that. We do need donations. Hello, I think I'm going to go over there and start knocking on those little doors and everything over there at the Cascade. Not that I can, you know what, I ain't going to fib to you. There are programs out there helping in this area and that area. I don't even know why I'm going around a certain kind of way. Money. It's my money. Please visit our website at www.streetmeet.biz and www.meetup.com/street-meet. Okay? Street Meet Mingle will be on Sunday, July 6, 2014 at 2 p.m. Southwest Library, hoping to see you. They have a park area, and if you have drums, dance, please, we're hoping to create some cheer. Yes. I will be communicating the Guzo Saba daily. Now, the reason why I'm going to be communicating the Guzo Saba is because it has everything that is fit in there. Okay? We got unity, self-determination, collective worker responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. Okay? Naguzo Saba is not true amelioration, but we're going to collaborate, we're going to communicate, collaborate with somewhere else. We're going to communicate. What do you mean by that? Well, I first wanted to say I am making some new flyers. Let me make sure I be typing this stuff. I ain't going to fib you. I've been kind of bad because I haven't been typing up my stuff like I'm supposed to. And here it is. You be hearing tick. So, again, excuse. What I wanted to do is actually making out new flyers. And the flyers, the new flyers will actually have it's 6 of them. 6 of the things, a Street Meet Company and 5 of the things that Street Meet Company is interested in doing. So the new flyers will have 6 little small logos, 6 logos. And so what we have interesting is that I've decided, Naguzo Saba is Naguzo Saba. But the Naguzo Saba is that man in the pyramid. Now that's Naguzo Saba. So it could be a female. But that thing there, that's Naguzo Saba, and the rest of that, unity, self-determination, collective work, responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, faith, is his principles. Now, not we. Excuse me. The joy. Anyway, I was walking down the street. Yay. Exercising, doing this and this. Yay. Well, as I was walking down the street, yes, honey, excuse me, I did say we, and I think now, I do have some understanding. Over a period of time, when Street Meet first came out, the conversation was, the expression about water, and that here it is in terms of religion and spirituality, were they the same? And the answer at that time, the answer to that is no, they are not. Because you could religiously watch TV. You can, and in terms of spirituality, we must understand what that is. I'm going to give a breakdown on that. Yay! Spirituality and religion. Now, right now, let me finish. Go ahead and talking about here it is, me walking down the street and blah, 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 blah. Oh, I was exercising today. That's why. Ooh, honey, I went all through the King of State. I ain't going to fib you. I was trying to find me a little 30-minute walk. That walk ended up being an hour and 30 minutes. but I enjoyed it. Say, hey, going up the inclines and everything, thinking about my buttocks. It's like, yay! Whew. Wow, just the exercise. I'm sorry, is that appropriate? Yes, 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 because the encouragement is for us to try to exercise. Yeah. That's right. I'm supposed to be talking about wealth today, too. Okay. I don't know. Maybe we could do a little bit more than 30 minutes a day. Anyway, okay. I know. I should have wrote out my notes and everything, but I did not. Um, Anyway, I was walking down the street, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to make Naguzo Saba. I want him to stand out because he needs to stand out. He's been hiding along with his 7 principles. Okay? Street Meat Company allocates Naguzo Saba. Now, the thing is that Twilight wanted to know what position they wanted to be in. They wanted to call Naguzo Saba. And then I just said, okay. And then here it is. They were wrangling with Twilight. We ain't going to play. But Twilight also wanted to talk about true amelioration. Now, they wanted to put true amelioration into Naguzo Saba. I apologize, honey, but true amelioration is true amelioration. And so the thoughts were in terms of Kumba. Now, Kumba, and when we look at Ujima and Ujama, okay, now we see that there is a collective, but when I look at creativity, the scope of that in terms of Naguzo Saba and how Dr. Maulana Karenga has written it, it really goes back into the aspect of keeping our community clean. Well, Street Meat Company, Irene Ratliff, the way I view it, is in the arts. Okay? So the thing is, say for an example, we get one of those ideas from true amelioration. Yes, we would need somebody who know how to do art. And that's true. So what do you mean? Well, for an example, if we are deciding to make the model vehicle, right? Don't we need somebody who know how to make a model vehicle so that we can all look at it and agree? Yes. So say for an example, we're looking at a building and we want to have somebody who know how to draw an architect. Yes. Now that's creativity. Don't limit our art to here it is, just some circles and some, don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with geometry, baby. Don't get me twisted. But I think that here it is, most of these people who are artists, we need to upgrade the thoughts. Honey, we should have people out there knowing how to break down what it takes to actually build buildings. Okay? All right. So that means the architecture part of it. That also includes, here it is, the automobile idea, I wrote TV, that idea. I mean, yes, we know we want HGTV, baby, but can we do something else? Now, they already went with the curved TV because here it is, we already upgraded. Can we move on? I know we got creative people out there, and this is why, hey, Street Meat, let's call it out. Hello? Hello? Okay. All right. So anyway, yes, creativity. So you will see the new flyers. They're going to go out, and I put all 6 of them there. So we got Street Meat Company, and then here it is. I did tulips for women only. And then, as a matter of fact, I think I need to go ahead and put all that other stuff on there because I was like, okay, it is seminars, it is teaching, but the way I want to see that, it's like I want to work, women working for women. And I think that's really the crowd I want to, I guess, attract. Now someone said, well, listen, what about your young girls who want to do etiquette and this, that? That's true. I told you, we're going to be talking about the Naguzo Saba daily. Huh? What? Okay, that's Naguzo Saba, okay? Now, in terms of our women, tulips is women working for women. I can't make it no clearer than that. Matter of fact, let me go change that up here because it's just the truth. Then we got Street Meat The Point, www.blogtalkradio.com/Street Then we have 3WD, which is True Amelioration. Now, True amelioration, yes, we would need to have the Naguzo Saba people who are interested in Naguzo Saba, who are creative, Hey, I'm about models. Where's these models? What is these ideas? What are these things so that here it is, it looks a certain kind of way. So here we can see what that looked like. So I had went to 50 Hurt Plaza and they had a model in the inside. I think it was for the streetcar. And I thought the model was so good, but there was models that are far more upgraded than the one that I saw there. So don't get it twisted. You are speaking to a person who have an interest in all of that, including architecture. When we look at here it is from former years and we look at how they build, yes, we will need somebody who knows how to do irrigation systems. Hello? Can you build or create a creative, innovative system in terms of irrigation? Now, do you see where my creativity is? Like I said, we have a lot of people who already know how to draw faces and stuff like that. But what is the dynamics of an architecture? So I've called them out, honey. They do know how to draw. Now, what about our construction engineers? Yes, we do need construction engineers. Okay? And then let me also, I don't know, some of this stuff, once I get started, I'll be like, yes, that too, honey, and yes, that too. And yeah, I think I'm going to be talking about a little bit of Kite Society, I know Jay too. Don't get it twisted. Matter of fact, I am because I want to talk about domestic violence. So here it is, this Kite Society. Okay? All right. So understanding, here it is. When you've seen a Guzo Saba, I mean, I ain't going to fib to you. I understand. I told you guys, I had somebody call me and they wanted to, hey baby, licking their lips and all that. I ain't going to fib to you. I said I had that already, okay? I'm not looking for that. I don't even know why we having a conversation. I mean, we cool, right? And we got, like I said, the twilight. We got, okay. All right, move right along from there. So again, when we look at architect art, we are implying everything community. Okay? So here it is, community art. Community art, where it is displaying how we can even do, I guess, new buildings. When we look at some of the pyramids from yesteryears, they had took the time and they built that. We have not had a new design. It's been a while, I know that they built the Twin Towers and stuff like that. And here it is, maybe for some people, the materials that are being used is almost the hottest thing too. How are you building? Are you building with iron? Are you building with wood? I mean, so what happened with the designs, and let me tell you who else have some of the phenomenal designs, and that is Dubai, and that's in the Middle East. Okay? So anyway, community art, where is it displaying architectural art? And then models. I spelled that incorrectly. And we're also looking for models, okay? But what do you mean by models? I already explained to you. You can go on at 50 Hurt Plaza and you will see where they have a model for the streetcars. Okay, so that will be under the Guzo Saba. The new flyers will have 6 logos on it. We have Kite Society. I'll explain to you about Kite Society. Kite Society is just that, knowledge, intelligence, talents, and education. And I was out there walking for real. Sometimes when you're walking, you're just free flowing. So that's why I'm in the word of we, because I'm of the WWW. Blessings. Here it is. I ain't gonna do you when that twilight be. I do not like that. Okay, let me first tell you, I do not. But when you out there, you walking, and you do have mediation, man, you can hear the wind flowing. Hear the birds chirping, blessings, hallelujah. And then here it is, you may have this, you may hear some of the little bugs. Man, this thing, when you talk about nature, these are the things you want to appreciate. All this other stuff, blah, 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 baby, I ain't gonna feel to you, what? I mean, here it is, maybe on another little page, that shit is okay. Excuse my French, but what? Huh? But anyway, I was walking down the street, and I was looking at Archive Society and the aspect of education. And now when we look at education, education, understand this, blessings. You know, I was like talking about credentials and stuff like that, but then that's not entirely true. Education is education. This is why when we look at KIT, which is a kit, you know, you may not have education, but you may have knowledge, intelligence, and talents. Well, education, we'll look at that as being, let's just say, a four-year degree, and then certain four-year degree and credentials. Okay, four-year degree. So you understand a bachelor's degree. You have some people have their masters. Some people have their bachelor's and they have I guess extra credentials. Like they may go through certain trainings here and there. They may receive certain certificates. Okay, here it is. You may find somebody who is in the professional field. Most of your professional fields like lawyers and doctors, dentists, you know, veterinarians, they have to, cosmetologists, they have to maintain certain, I guess, licenses to do just that. You know, I used to be a real estate agent, but I'm not a real estate agent anymore. And also the same thing for cosmetology. But of course, you don't, in terms of education, if it was needed or it could go another route, then that's good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Excuse you. Okay. So, let's understand the aspect of education. Education is anything from a four-year degree, okay, bachelor's degree, okay, all the way to a PhD and doctors. You know, these people, they have their thing, you know, they got it going on. So anyway, law, research, and business. I gave Naguzo Saba all his little principles. And then when you look at true amelioration, you'll see where here it is, all these different ideas and stuff and this and this and this. Because the thing is that when we get to true amelioration, we have to know that that is the point of where we have to, you know, be able to pull certain resources and do this and do that. You understand where I'm coming from? Okay. All right. I hope that you guys see the flyer. It's going to be around floating here and there. I'm trying to fix it and trying to line it all up. But it's all good. All right. Yay. Now, what is the difference between spirituality and religion? Now, let's go ahead and, as I stated before, we will be doing Naguzo Saba. Now, faith. I'll just leave it like that. Okay. What is that? Okay. Well, today, that's things that you can see and things you cannot see. So let's just put it like that. But spirituality and religion, there is a difference. But I don't want anybody to have something misunderstood. Or you got these people calling out the spirits. That's twilight. That ain't spirit. When you look at energy, energy is an energy. I used to say spirituality, but spirituality is, to tell you the truth, it goes on the grain of it goes on the grain of good and bad. It do. Spirituality, it goes on the grain of good and or bad. And so this is where we start to see these people talking about this black and white and all this different kind of stuff. Honey bone, I don't know what to tell you, but I would say this. Have you ever walked into a room and you felt that the atmosphere was good or bad? Well, the thing is that now you're talking about energy. And now that in itself is different. Okay? All right. Religion is, here it is, worded document. Religion deals with history. Okay, let me make sure you understand that. Religion deals with history. Okay? Spirituality, the grain is on the grain of good and bad. Religion is history. Okay? Now, here it is, those things deal with faith. Now, somebody was sitting there talking about countenance. Okay? Countenance. And I think the countenance in itself is talking about beauty, right? Well, when we look at the countenance and beauty, we would have to understand face, fate, and face. Okay? All right. So spirituality is the grain of good and bad, and religion is history, and faith deals with um, the combination of those things. So here it is, faith, hold on, faith, excuse me. Okay? Faith, fate, and faith. Because the thing is face actually is countenance, the beauty. All right. I ain't going to go into all of that. But we have to understand that thing when it comes down to energy. People have good and people possess good and bad energy. And so I think this is probably why they want to talk about spirituality and put it in the same situation. But when you know that here it is, something that's man-made, or here it is, you know, ooh, excuse me, hold on please. I was boiling some water and I smell the water. Hold on please. I apologize. I was supposed to call myself making some tea. Anyway. Hello? Okay. So understanding what the difference is on that. So we have negative and positive energy. It's there. Okay? So I wanted to go into communicating wealth, and then I will go ahead and under Kite Society talk about the energy again. And but we're going to look at wealth. Okay? I was getting ready to go to this event today, but it was not really today. It's really tomorrow, but you know, I'm getting dressed, you know, I'm putting on my little rags and everything. I'm like, I want to go ahead and try to get on out there and do my thing. Please visit AtlantaHouseOfComedy.com. Atlanta's All-Star Comedy Jam and After Party at the Shark Bar and Grill, 2841 Greenbrier Parkway, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. None of your business. And then they're going to have comedian Carlos Miller. Now, the doors open at 7:30. It starts at 8:30. And I was getting dressed, right? And so anyway, Twilight was sitting there talking about going through all the... I'm like, oh, hell. Society. Okay. It's called Kite Society. Okay? We do deal with mental health. At least we would like to. Anyway. But I wanted to have this explain this. So anyway, they were like, okay, well, you know, not they, but me, and of course Twilight. And I was getting dressed. Hey, hurry up, getting dressed. And so they want to talk about caliber of people. Like here it is, one group is this, one group is that, one group is this, one group is that, one group is this, one group is that, one person is this person is that person is this person is that. Street, we don't give a flying flip about none of that. If you're a good person, you're a good person. If we sitting there looking, hey, some people got a buku of dollars, and we see how that look. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. So here it is. We're going to just look solely on money. All them people going to be sitting there, they all educated or something. They got deep pockets or something. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't understand. Well, here it is. What was the excitement? And it wasn't even today. It was tomorrow. Let's say, the point of the conversation is, thank you, is if we are interested in working with each other, there would be no reason for me to assume other than what the conveyance of Street Meat Company is. Street Meat Company objective is about community affairs and ecosystems. Okay, I do have an interest in the Greenbrier Mall area. I was communicating with, let me grab their name. It was WACP-TV. And, he has an interest in Tyler Perry. And I was just like, we can write Tyler Perry and ask for donations. Like, we can really take on some effort. Especially, I didn't know his thing was over here. I had a conversation when I went to a wealth seminar at the Apex Museum, and it was like, well, yeah, if we can get from Fort McPherson all the way down to West End, do you realize this? I said, I know that's right. I'm like, here it is, these people running around here talking about Black Wall Street. I'm like, don't you know we live here? So that would be the same thing to here it is, some of these people who are entertainers and they come inside of our community. Guess what? They also are part of our community. So I'm not understanding what's really being conveyed or communicated. Yes, Stardom Land, and including them characters too. Yes, we will write you if we feel like we want to write you. And then yes, we will ask you too. Can you please donate to our effort to help ameliorate our community? Okay. So anyway, I'm like, okay, we got Street Meat Company, like I said, we have 5 things. And those 5 things is Tulips, there's Blog Talk Radio, True Amelioration, Kai Society, and of course an adopted form of that would be Naguzo Saba. Now, the reason why I wanted to communicate these things is that if we're looking at True Amelioration and we're looking at Naguzo Saba and the effort for us to try to improve our community, the same thing with Kai Society, I just wanted to say this. If the community is going to gain wealth, right? Don't you think that here it is, the people who have participated in their energy and becoming board members and, doing things for a profit should also eat and drink and live good too? And the answer to that is yes. Yes. Okay. So the question was, what was different? What would be different while I was doing my exercise? What is different from, one entity to the next entity? Well, with Kai Society, it required people to work, meaning to get involved. Not saying that these other organizations are not working, because they are. I don't want to shun, here it is, other organizations, because over a period of time they have been withstanding that thing. And said, listen, they was like, well, well, they got them some money and they put it down. I said, what? But here it is, for those who are listening to me, I really did go through something. Okay? Now, do I feel like I want to have a long, drawn-out conversation about what that is? It just depends on the crowd. It depends on the location. It depends on who I'm talking to. It was like Top King to herself. I know that's right. Oh, that's right. I know that's wrong. Oh, I know. But the reason why I wanted to explain this is because whatever it was that I had experienced, right? I don't feel like I owe them anything. I do not. Yet here it is. I will continue to try to apply myself with work. I will try my best, as I said before, to do just good. Try my best to be good. And it's just the truth. Here it is. We could be pretentious and try to shelter certain things. And it's not that I'm not out there acknowledging what my experience was while I was in California and traveled out here, to me traveling to Belize, and then me right here, right now, and here it is, this, that, and the other. No, no, and no. This is why Kite Society is there. Because I couldn't understand why here it is, these people felt like we shouldn't achieve, hold on, well, for some reason why our rights, is as if our rights, our constitutional human and civil rights, as if it was unimportant. Now, I could talk about the streets, but I've got nothing to say. What do you want me to say? Most of this stuff that's coming, I'm like, good Lord, what is that? Huh? I only could talk about me. And yes, I wrote letters. Okay? I wrote letters to the Supreme Court. I wrote letters to, here it is, several different organizations, including the ACLU. I did call the domestic violence hotline. I did contact Homeland Security. I wrote them letters. Now, before I move on to go into Kite Society, I want to say, when we achieve certain things, we should enjoy the labor, the fruits of our labor, and it's just the truth. Now, they want to say something because it's an organization, but I'm like, well, I was thinking about okay, let me talk about that before I go, you know, the little blender. It's called a Magic Bullet. Blessing. And here it is. I thank you. And it has and this is what I use to actually do my juicing. And I was talking about the pulp and everything. Well, I wanted to get in contact with them in regards to try to get some of those things. Yes, the wolf. Okay. So anyway, okay, so the thing is that I was like, okay, well, I want to actually get in contact with them. Street Meat is assigned is registered as a nonprofit organization. Yes, we do need good people to be on it. So the thought was, could I, write them as an individual? The answer to that is yes. I'm not hiding Street Meat Company. Yes, we want to be 501(c)(3). Matter of fact, we want to work with people who already have 501(c)(3), and yet here it is, maybe we could do a certain transfer. Some people have had that 501(c) for a while. Only thing you have to do is change the name. Can somebody out there who's up there, like in Cobra, we got a lot, speaking on that, we got a lot of people who do have that. Okay? They already have their 501(c)(3). Can Street Meat Company house your 501(c)(3) and you got the people like that? Especially if I'm going to be providing certain, providing certain management if possible. You know what I mean? Like here it is, suggesting advice. I mean, it's just the truth. Some of these organizations, as I meet them, they're small. I'm small. But I do have some ideas. You have some people who are willing to work. I have some ideas to help us get started to working. So if you have a 501(c), I'm sitting there telling honey, thank you. I would appreciate if you allow me to participate with you like that, or we adopt, or we try to combine. Here it is, that thing, and here it is, we call it a Street Meat Company. And you got a 501(c)(3)? Okay, because the thing is I do want to work on that 501(c), so we can go ahead and get some of these benefits that are out there. And the reason why I say that, because it's true. Okay? Because the thing is, they have the 501(c). A lot of these other 501(c)s, here it is, yes. You know, let's go ahead and try to consolidate some of these things. Okay, these 501(c)s are sitting out there. Some of them are dormant. Some of these people, so most of this is things are charities, most of this, and it looks like this. Yay! And then yet, well, guess I don't know. These are for ones who are not doing anything with their 501(c). And they have it, and that means that they have a team of people who are working, and maybe it's just not, flourishing the way that they can. But yet here it is, I'm out there, and there's certain adoptions, or maybe, like I said, management, or, they do have, president, CEO, executive, board of directors, I don't know. I mean, yay. Okay? Matter of fact, it was like, oh, you need to change the executive director from your website and put president CEO. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, some of these frivolous titles is just that. But the thing is what matters is how we're going to put forth the work so that we can achieve certain things. Now, when I look at it, our wealth, yes, it's good to be able to get these different things and these benefits here and there that are there to help with the community. Matter of fact, for those who do like Latin America, I do have some interest in Latin America too. Man, there's all kind of projects that we can do and achieve there. And also the Caribbean. Okay? So not only here in the United States or wherever it is, you know, there's also conversation even for Africa. There's conversation for Canada. So if you know how to lay pipes, okay, meaning the pipelines and all that, that's a good thing. I want to say, yes, looking for people who know how to do plumbing. And when I say plumbing, I mean people who know how to lay down pipes for water. Okay? People who know how to do that. People who know how to build wells. Okay? So when we look at, here it is, some of these ideas, those ideas are there for that. In terms of being able to receive certain grants and incentives and this, that, and the other, blessings. Those things are there to actually see the truth in what it is in terms of us improving in our communities. Okay? So anyway, today I went, anyway, yeah, so can I write, here it is, I guess, you know, John Wayland and all them in regards to, here it is, a juicing machine? Yes. I know, he makes homes. Juicing. Today I did good. Yay. Remember I was going back and forth in the conversation about juicing. I spent all day today exercising. I just didn't know how. I was just like, okay. I woke up a little late. I didn't hear my alarm clock, so I didn't attend a seminar that I wanted to attend. But then when I did get up to go and get roused up, I went and I walked, as I said before, to the okay, I want to say this first. For people, you know what? You can have tea. So from the time that you get up, of course, have your glass of water and have tea. Okay? So anyway, I had this tea. You can have tea because it's a suppressant. So it doesn't matter. Whatever flavor tea that is. You brew your tea, you have your tea, and then later on you can have your, this is what I did today. I tea'd, and it was good. I took my walk. Like I said, I was really just looking for a 30-minute walk, but it ended up being like an hour and a half. I was like, okay, I have some great inclines and everything in this area, so in terms of the, you know, the buttocks, you know, maybe there's room for improvement there. Yes, it is. But anyway, and then of course the front, the belly. But I went and I did my walking, hour and a half, and then when I returned, I did the juicing. By the time I got back, it was already 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock. So I did the juicing. Man, I tell you, the juicing thing, that's what's up. I ain't gonna fib to you. Now I didn't add, okay, I'm not gonna fib to you. I think it's the thing. I put in a whole tomato. Okay, I put in celery, strawberries. Yeah, I'm gonna have to write it down because it's like a whole lot of stuff I put in there. Carrots. I put in lettuce, you know, and I put in an apple. It's like I had all of those things, and I put it together, and of course they give you a little line, and I put the water in it, blessings, and I put the water in there, and I had that. It was delicious. Okay, it was easy. It didn't, you know, put this all in the cup, put the water, blend it. And so anyway, I was like, well, let me go ahead. And I rode my bike. I wanted to see how long it would take me to actually get over there to the community center on over here on Campbellton. Okay, I went over there, and then I rode the bike back up the road. And I'm like, wow, if I take that back road, I'm right there. I'm thinking about I have to get on the bus and all that kind of stuff. I'm like literally right there. I don't have to catch the bus. I can go around. So I'm hoping that I get some work over there. Please. Okay. That's my Unity and Self-Determination crew. I'm, can I just mention this? The accused. Ooh, what that sound like to you? Okay. Accused. Can we not change the name to Naguzo Saba? Okay. Accused. Okay. Anyway, no. All right. So anyway, so I went up the hill, and I was like, okay, well, let me sit down and let me enjoy my juice, right? And blessings. And then, thank you. And then I put some water in there. I finished it, and so I just wanted to see all I guess the pulp. I was like, well, after you drink it, there's that lining that's around on the glass, and so I poured some water on there. I pour a little bit of water. You don't have to pour a whole lot of water. Just a little bit of water to move it around so that you can, get all the little, pulp in there, right? So I was looking at it, and fortunately there was some sunlight there, and I was looking, and I saw here it is. Oh, I did put a little broccoli in there too, and I was like, okay, look at the little broccoli, thing, and look at here, this little carrot, and I was just looking at it, and it's like, okay, and so the thought was, it's like, wow, when we consume our food, would I get as happy with a French fry or a piece of chicken as I was happy about what is lining on my tissues? I ain't gonna fit to you. I'm like, wow. I'm still wrangling with me though. I ain't gonna fit to you. So anyway, I'm looking, and that's like, wow, that is so cool. It really, really is. Okay? So I'm looking at it. So then I had drunk that, and then I still had some little pulp lining, and I put a little bit more water in here. I shook it up, and then here it is. Here it is, the little strawberry seed, the little tomato seed. You know how you break it up and it's broken up in pieces. And I was just thinking, wow, strawberry and tomato is antioxidants. You ain't gonna get it no better than that juicing, baby. I ain't gonna fib to you. That stuff is the bigs. It is. Okay? So anyway, I had that, and I ain't gonna fib to you. I don't know. I wasn't really paying it too much attention because I rode the bike, and I had my water. And of course, that's already mixed with water. And then I was like, okay, I came home, and I went in the refrigerator, and, I was like, I was getting hungry, I wasn't that, no. I said, today, I'm going to just try the juicing. I said, I'm going to start today, so I did today for one day. What time is it? Oh, yeah, I having some noodles. Anyway. So anyway, I came to the house, and I put it was some old, how you get that salad bag, and that salad bag you start seeing it start getting all wet in the inside. I ain't gonna fix you. I put that in the cup. Okay? I put that in the cup. I put a whole tomato in there. I put a carrot, and I put a whole thing of celery. And yes, today, not that I didn't think of it, but the oatmeal. So I did put the oatmeal in there. And what I want to do is to make sure I put a cup of oatmeal in the mix. And I mix that together. Oatmeal, the salad bag, tomato, celery, and a carrot with the oatmeal. And I drank that. Okay? And then, I had a little water, a little juice here. The question is this a diet or a cleanse or anything like that? I mean, why? What is it? I guess they would have to look at it as being a way of life. You know, the thing is it okay to have your your veggies and you have it? Yes, you know that. But it's acknowledging our consumption and acknowledging health. You know, so anyway, I went and I was in the thought process and I was like, wow, when we look, you know, when you have your stool, you have your stool and I have seen carrots, not carrots, corn, you know, little kernel. And it just made me wonder about the little kernel when they come through the process. And then here it is. What is that process? Like, our bodies are so amazing. So this is why a nutritionist is ideal. And then here it is, not only a nutritionist, but then I was like the ear, nose, but I was like, somebody who knows everything about the digestive system so that we could explain it and break it down like that. Here it is, the properties that you get from having fresh food. It doesn't mean I don't want a piece of chicken. But when you're doing that, what it does do, it helps us identify the consumptions that we make on a daily basis. I tell you the truth, I'm out there exercising. I want to know why I got all this cellulite. And then here it is, I start munching on that honey bun. I was like, not the beer, but the honey bun. Tell them. I was like, okay, girlfriend, you out there exercising, you come back to have a honey bun. I began to feel conscious on that. So anyway, the point of it is that when you eating certain foods, what happens is that and you're exercising, you become conscious. And the reason why you're becoming conscious is because you know you're doing something good for you. And then there's one thing. You're concentrating, You don't want to do anything, you don't want to do anything. But do we want to encourage something? That's to let us know. Does that mean here it is? Well, it's just prioritizing what you eat. You know, that's even including some of the, some of the things that we think are healthy and it also is processed. Okay? And then I was looking at it. Yes, we don't have to boil the beans. We could put the beans in the mixer for those who feel like they need their protein. I know, here it is, that little blended thing that went somewhere else. Okay? We just call it magic. Oh, shit. Excuse my French. Not even that. That done went somewhere else, too. Anyway, we'll just call it the juicer. Okay. Oh, boy. I tell you the truth. So, anyway, just acknowledging what that thing is in terms of balance. Okay? So when we start looking at our equilibrium and what balance is, that's also including our consumption of food. Okay? As I explained to you, the rule of thumb is a handful, and then that goes, but then here it is. Somebody said, they said, well, hey, those people eat like that all the time. Who's those people? We do too. We don't have a lot of people who sit there with big old plates of food. But when we look at what that thing is, it is allowing us to prioritize what that thing is in terms of our well-being. All right. And yoga. I did some stretching a little bit today. Maybe about, yes, it's a teeny weeny bit today. And I do need to make sure that that becomes a priority. Okay? I was out there exercising. Exercising and yoga are not the same. Some people say, hey, I do yoga, I get a good sweat. And that's true. But the way we should see yoga and any of those stretchings, stretch, yes, please. But define mediation when you're actually doing like the downward dog and all these other different, the A and all that kind of stuff. Okay, the warrior and whatever name they got for, here it is, the stand and the tree and all that. You know, you have to find that when you're mediating. The breathe. Okay? Whew. You know, when you're doing certain things, you know, your arms now becomes the wind. Ooh, like that man, like that big old thing. They be having that little balloon and that tall man, and he's just flapping his arms, and here it is. I know y'all seen that before. That's what I'm thinking of. All right, kite society. I said I want to talk about kite society and energy. Now, as I explained to you earlier, it's not that I'm not aware of what is going on in terms of Irene Ratliff. But when certain things have been associated a certain kind of way, I just want to explain to you, yes, I did experience something. Yes, for some strange reason, it seemed twilight. Yes, there is a concern. And yes, I think there's a lot of ways to write about certain things. Yes, I did write several people in the particular realms here and there, the Supreme Court. I have written, here it is, Homeland Security. I did get in contact with domestic violence. I did inquire with the Department of Family and Children's Services. I did. I wrote them. I inquired. I even gonna pull out a few letters if you like. Because the thing was, at the time, my experience, was it true? I don't know. From my perspective, honey, I sure in the hell was writing about it. I called it the Irene Ratliff Show. Like the Truman Show? I thought that, I'm like, really? And all that because I wrote Bill O'Reilly? That shit was legit. Excuse my French. So the thing is that I decided to do Kite Society. As I was sitting here trying to do my little plan, here it is, Kite Society, come around just like that. Now, there's one thing trying to ignore certain things, but even if I want to talk about my experience, I want to be able to communicate those things to the right crowd. Not here it is, a bunch of people who's on okay, well here it is, I'm over here. I don't know, baby. Here it is, I can't even begin to fib to you about that little itty bitty piece that they sliced up talking about, well here it is, and the big kahuna is in a fucking bucket. Excuse my French, I don't know, honey. But all the other stuff is going here and there. I only can explain to you in terms of what we need to do when it comes down to our human, civil, and constitutional rights, and then everything else. Because the assumption is when we start talking about our real estate laws, when we and our property rights and under the Constitution, mental health rights, when we begin to look at these things like this, like that, when we begin to understand, here it is, the powers that we give the police over us a certain kind of way, I don't know. Well, here it is, these people, they said this and this or this and this while we were under the wobble. I was like, well, here it is. Maybe it was deceitful. Somebody want to see here what word they were. Delusional. I said, now here it is. How in the world you would have called me delusional? Who am I deceiving? Honey, from the time Irene Ratliff came out there talking about street meat, it was Irene Ratliff. My experience of what I experienced was real to me. And yet here it is, that thing that was real became a conversation, a conversation of complaints. I was hoping that somebody was hearing me. Somebody out there was trying to even keep my company. But that did not happen. Okay? I did not see it that way. Okay? And so the same thing, no, not so, that shit is not to be sewn, but it just looked like it looked. But yet, it's there, isn't it? Yes, it is. When I look at here it is, me being the woman that I am and the things that I have experienced along the way, I ain't going to fib to you. I have not ever experienced what I think that I had experienced. And I just want to make sure that the assumption. Okay? I just know that I did write people who were upstairs. I wrote the TV people, WABC, CBS, NBC, here it is, the Oprah Winfrey, NAACP. I wrote people out of concern about what was going on. I didn't send that stuff through, who else? Who else? The Supreme Court, Homeland Security, Tavis Smiley. Who else you want me to call out? Bono. Who else? Okay? So when we look at people who may be in stardom land, okay, now everybody wants to sit here and talk about they Brahmins. They ain't gonna fit. What? Okay. So all that to communicate energy and domestic violence. You know, me and my kids, we were at home in California minding our business, and we moved out there because we wanted to take care of my old lady, my elder, okay? She passed away in 2012, I think it was 2012. 2012, 2011. And we went out there to care for her. And by the grace of goodness, I didn't realize my old lady was 92 years old. I'm thinking she was 87 years old. She was 92. So we was there, you know, caring for her, doing the best that we can. You know, I went to school, I did this, I did that. But that was that experience, right? So me communicating what that was my experience, or the experience. Woo, whoa, I don't give a flying flip. We are free here in America. I shouldn't have gone through all of that with a whole lot of eyes. I apologize, but it's just the truth. Now, what was it that you was going through under the schema? See, for some reason, they want me to be pretentious as if here it is. I don't want to talk about it, but I do. And we'll go on that another time. But I want to talk about the domestic violence. When I came back out here, me and my family were out there in LA, and there was a glitch, and my kids were supposed to come out here, but for some strange reason, I had the social worker come and call me out while I was in California. So my kids are getting ready to travel. I'm being legit. Here it is. Lo and behold, we ended up going to court. This heifer was trying to get a court case and all this kind of stuff. They want to sit here and talk about me tapping on my child's shoulder and how that was abuse and blah, blah. And then here it is. They want to throw up. Here it is, this letter, and they want to talk about mental health and all that kind of stuff. Whoa! You're right. You are like that. You. So the thing is, not song, but so, move on. It did take place, okay? The children were supposed to come out here because I have a teenager and she was behaving a certain kind of way that I didn't approve of, and I'm like, you have family. And the same thing with my daughter, my youngest daughter. You have family. So meaning that my children, we have family here, okay? So anyway, the kids come out here first. I stayed out in California to try to fix the house, okay? Repair it and get it ready for Section 8, okay? Excuse me, I ain't trying to put my business out there, but for whatever. Excuse me. So anyway, man, just going through it, okay? I moved out here. And the domestic violence that I experienced with Bevan, that's my youngest daughter's dad, okay? And I was just like, that's just unbelievable, you know. For some reason, I was so concerned about how he was handling me and how that may have been onto my child. Okay, and how that really, I did not abuse my children. Some of the tone, I didn't spend time talking negatively to anybody regard to my children. Here it is, pleasant them. You understand? They were good, meaning that they were out doing certain things. Yes, I may have been a little bit lenient, but when I maintained my house, I did this blessing, did this, I don't know. It was good. Now, to come here and to see that my family has experienced domestic violence, where I'm having a man abuse me, then here it is. I ain't gonna fib to you. It's like, huh? Now, this is the loud talking. When you go and you look at domestic violence, I think I had this conversation already, okay, about domestic violence. In this light, well, I see it. Why do those swarthy men want, in this light, meaning here it is, the onyx man, the men that I live in this community, why did they want, in this scope, to entertain that with the white man who feel like here it is, he's just being somebody's puppet? Why would the onyx man want to look at this thing a certain way when we have all these motherfucking lights? Well, here it is, you want to mistreat me? Why would they do that? So anyway, I'm just asking a question. A lot of you are listening to the media, okay? But you are. Here it is, the radio, the media, all of that. And somewhere in there, there's advocacy about domestic violence. Now, hold on. Now, I went and I had traveled to out of the country. And they want to sit here and talk about female. Everybody, we know about female, right? Okay, we ain't going to be pretentious. But the thing is I went out there and like boo-boo the fool again and again and again. Baby, I ain't going to fib to you. What? Now, I don't mind working with somebody because the thing is I'm just that happy of a person to actually overlook a few things. You know, back in the day, one of my girlfriends, she had did something, and it wasn't that I didn't communicate with her along the way, but I just didn't see her. But when I did see her, I was cordial. Matter of fact, she came to me, and we picked up some of the pieces, and she became my associate while I was out there in LA. Okay, so here it is. As the conversation goes, yes, if there were certain things and things had went and looked a certain kind of way, and if I had the resources to go out there and fix and build and some of the problem issues that I saw out there in Belize, or out there in Mexico, or out there in Guatemala, or out there in Honduras, or out there in Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Ecuador, here, the islands, Jamaica, Bahamas, Africa, or Canada, or you know what I'm saying, Europe, I would. Okay? Australia, Asia, Alaska, okay? So I'm not the woman that want to hold grudges, but honey, we have to understand right from wrong. But anyway, let me explain what happened. First of all, let me have these men understand something real quick. Okay? Men, do not argue with your woman in front of your children. Now, you want me to look at you like you're a man, but you want to go back and forth and bicker with me about nothing? Or here it is, something? I don't give a flying flip what it is. But if you bicker in front of me, in front of my kids, you become a bitch. Why would you, excuse me, and me being a female, why would a man keep on arguing with me in front of my female girls and handle me a certain kind of way? You call me what? You call me what? Do you not see yourself arguing with me in front of my children? Our children? You do not do that. Okay? So there's just certain rules when you're looking at relationships. First of all, you always want to be in harmony with a female, especially when you are in close company. How is a man, you can tell me, I'm listening, but yet here it is, my children are here, and yet here it is, a man will tell me that he's going to give my children preferential something, and then yet here it is, look at me a certain way and I haven't done anything? Hey, I'm in one little corner. I ain't bothering nobody. Why would you assume that I'm doing anything to you when I'm not even trying to be in your way like that? You want to get upset with me because I clean up? You want to get upset with me because I wash your clothes? You want to get upset with me because I clean the house? You want to hold up. But let me go back to this. Now here it is, me being the mom that I am, over a period of time, I want to explain that I am a good mom. I am a good female. At least I would like to think about it like that. But when a man want to tell me that here it is, I'm not a good mom because I'm because I'm not spending, here it is, quality time with my children, then you wrong. The reason why you wrong is because every day I can ask my children, let's go here, let's go there, let's go do this. And if they feel like they want to sit at the house and watch TV all dang on day, what can I do? Should I bring that negative energy out there when I'm walking up and down the street talking about street meat company? The answer to that is no. Okay? Well, maybe they don't want to do that. I would want my children to be involved in the community. What do y'all think? Don't you think our children should be more involved in acknowledging how they can improve the community and the things they can participate with in terms of helping our elders and going to elementaries and Head Starts to volunteer? Yes, I do think that is appropriate, see? Blessings. But yet, when I have a man telling me that here it is, I'm not doing this, or that I'm not putting my best foot forward with my children because here it is, I'm not hoarding or have a whole bunch of bukus of dollars to do all the different kind of treat things that they may want to do. What do you mean by that? Well, listen, you want to go somewhere because you want to go skating. Okay, I got you. I want to go to the skating rink too. Oh, I want to go over here to the movie theaters. I want to go there too. Oh, I want to go to the movie theaters or skating rink. I want to go bowling. I do too. But you know, listen, this is me. Can we go buy yourself some skates and skate up and down the street? Can we buy some skates and skate to the skating rink? Man, you got all these movies. You already sit in a house looking at TV all dang all day. Why do you want me to spend X amount of dollars to go to the movie theater? Can we go to the museum? Do you want to go swimming? Do you want to walk around the block? Sometimes some of the most grandest things is to participate and do the thing that you want to do. Hey, they're kids. But you don't look at me a certain way because here it is, the resources that's how they came up to me. But here it is, hold on. But here, you have the money, you go and you do this and do that. I know that's right. That's a good thing. When you have the resources to do all that. But does that make me less of a parent to do that? Or not to do that? So well, here it is, your baby over here, and yet here it is, didn't have no food, and all that kind of stuff. Tell it like a TIS, honey. I just want to be frank and upfront with other people to let you understand something. And that understanding is, what is the position of a man when he feel like he want to loud up, like he got the shit going on when he's talking that way to a female? You don't talk to your woman like that here. You don't do that. Then I said, you know what? I thought about women who really have their kids. I mean, I've traveled a couple of places, and yet here it is. Sometimes they're eating rice. And sometimes, and it's like their kids are with them. So anyway, I looked at my daughter. I had on my scarf. Like I said, I was exercising all day today. And so she looked at me, and she's like, I don't want to do this. And so her father comes from Jamaica. And I said, okay. And she's like, oh, Mom, close the door. You looking like I said. I said, oh, yeah, you don't got nothing else to put on? I said, oh, yeah? What do you think your father's people look like? Okay? So what happens is that people, not that here it is, I don't want to be, because honey, excuse me, I understand, but poverty should not be a tradition. Now, I had to understand the difference between culture and tradition. So when we look at poverty should not be a tradition. But could it be culture? I don't know. That's a big question mark. But I had asked her, I mean, I'm just in my scarf. you know, and I was exercising, so I had on my sweats and my t-shirt. So my thing is that I had to ask her, well, what do you think your father's people look like? And at that point, it seemed like she kind of humbled herself a little bit. I was like, so you want to act like you embarrassed to be with me? She run down the street. I'm like, honey, you only embarrassing yourself. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because it made me wonder, what is he teaching my child? When it was okay for me to open up the door at any other given time, I had the door closed and do whatever that was in the inside. So why did it matter, inside or outside? I'm your mama, baby. You don't look at me like that. Here it is, irregardless of whatever that thing is, you still have a care and concern over your mama. It's just the truth. Now, going back to men, please keep your hands to yourself. But it just made me wonder, did that man feel like he was real big? He handling me like that in front of my children? Huh? So here it is, as I was trying to demonstrate. I just want to let you know, I understand, honey. It said, you know what? I want to go to those domestic violence meetings. Say, here it is, somewhere in there. Is something going on? Is it good? I think it's okay. I said, those people, they know that they hear it. Hey, I guess have been and experienced that thing of, being mistreated. So for women who feel like I do not understand, I do. Do I think it's okay? I do not. Do I think here it is, as I'm sitting here talking about women, I would like to get up with a group of good men so that here it is, we could teach our men that certain things is just not okay. And we not on the dang play. So when I look at, here it is, this thing where we've gone into this thing, this bout, it concerns me. And the concern that I have is, how do these men view their women? So when I look at it, why do the swarthy man, we're keeping company, I live here, why would he want to put a light on him? Ain't that something? Because if you mistreat me, that look good for the white man. That look good for the white man. Because here it is, he wants to sit here and you talk about this black and white and the right and all that kind of stuff and blah. That look good to him. So, but yeah, over here, this is what it's giving me, this is my woman, hold up. That was one thing on one thing. So anyway, the thing is that men, if you have your female, your woman, and you have children, my advice to you, do not argue with your woman. Don't do that. You go pull her to the side and have a conversation with her about this, that, and the other. Okay? Now here it is, you're trying to have your relationship and understand what that union is between the two of you. You don't want to sit there and look like you bickering with your woman. Goodness forbid that here it is, the man deciding, man, domestic violence, that stuff is real. It could go from one end to the next. I'm just thinking of some cases when I was traveling here and there. Man, really? Man, some people get real hurt, like DEAD. I rebuke you. I rebuke that. And so the thing is that when we look at this particular scope, and yet here it is, all these people were talking about, oh, I'm really big. Now I have to look at, here it is, the onset of the abuse that I look at in terms of, here it is, our national security, and me being a citizen of the United States of America. And now when we have our military cross over boundaries, it's a concern. And that concern is, even if we look at our House of Representatives and our senators, and here it is, we have our president, We should, and they should, listen, we should have an understanding of what their powers are. The reason why is because when we have the military stepping over into a certain realm, it is an issue. I don't give a flying flip. Over this period of time, I am an innocent woman. Blessings. There is no reason for them to explain those things off to me like that. I want to say this again. Men, please, the encouragement. I may be getting a little bit too loud, so please, the thing, I am on the headset. Okay. Being able to understand what that thing is. Keep your hands to yourself. Okay? Everybody, please take the time to understand what that domestic violence thing is. Because the thing is that when you look at domestic violence, that looks like it also applies to groups. I'm like, wow, they get all that information off of men mistreating women? I mean, they ain't sitting there housing that like that shit is okay. It is. Domestic violence is not okay. A man should not brush up on. I have not ever had any of these people come up on me like that. Now, this is the thing. Now, here it is. It was over this little thing. My thought is, okay, well, here it is, and we want to go swimming. It's okay, right? It's cool, right? So why this man wants to feel like he wants to take my home, and we on his, and we want to go swimming, go. So, okay, it's just a thought. Okay. Okay. What about this other character? You know, there was a case not too long ago. Matter of fact, that took place in 2012. I don't know if you guys are familiar with. I think it was. I don't want to call the. Well, we had the Sandy Hook. We also had some other things that took place. The reason why I'm mentioning those things is because they had went and they talk about mental health, okay, and the scope of mental health. Now, I want to be able to collaborate about mental health and the relationship that has in terms of kite society and domestic violence. And here it is, the onset of, I guess, a varying aspect of what that is. Whether you're talking about a woman, you're talking about children, you're talking about man. Because men do get abused too. And the thing is that the issue is not just for women, but also for men. And, you know, you find some men, they be out there in their situation, maybe the woman is abusing them verbally and all that kind of stuff. And so this is another thing. And when we look at Naguzo Saba, the effort is there to try to mend our relationships not only on the outside, but also to develop and create nurturing kind of atmosphere. We have a lot of women who feel a certain kind of way, blessing. And we have to find out what that is. The reason why is because we are valuable. You know, to be like, over here, no. Hey, what? No. This world is big, and when you look at a house, you can go inside of a house and walk down the street. Okay? The thing is that you want to be able to trust your mate. You don't want it to come off as if it is someone that you spending your intimate time with, that they want to do some wrong to you, that is kind of flags. Wow. Avoiding trouble and the issues of domestic violence. Anyway, it says, today I experienced a form of domestic violence. Over a period of time, I have experienced something in terms of a form of conspiracy. I knew of domestic violence from conversation from peers, but as an adult and the twilight, it has made me wonder the boundaries a man should have in terms of his or a female. It is foul when a man born of a female it is foul when a man mistreats a woman. It is. I don't give a flying flip if they feel like they don't know. What has that woman done to a man for him to feel that way? Why do, here it is, most women, they reverend their man. Why does he feel like he want to mistreat her? Is it about control? Well, that's a domestic violence issue. Okay? I had met someone, and that experience, I wanted to say, first of all, a man should know how to treat a female from the way he was dealing with his mama. And so now we have to question how, here it is, some of these men may feel about their mama. You know, just recently I had my daughter tell me I haven't done anything for her. So this man, he went to tell me, I said, what? So this man want to sit here and tell me about, here it is, me spending some quality time with my children. And so the question is that while I was out there trying to do certain things of business in another place, and here it is, my children migrated here, the question was this: well, what was you doing? Was you keeping company with them? And the answer to that was no. So here it is, how loud can you tell me about something? Okay. So anyway, the reason why it is important for us, so under kite society, we have mental health too. Yes, we can talk those things over, okay? They want this, tulips is not, listen, you know, you could get I was listening and thought about tulips. Tulips, a woman can laugh and cry and, you know, and be cheerful all at the same time, you know? Somebody could give something nice, we can embrace. Honey, I'm sorry, you're not going to put our women in no middle category. We all are coping. How about that? No. Okay? So here it is, that'll be Kite Society and the Guzo Saba. We deal with that on that level. Tulips is women working for women. So a woman such as myself that's out there working with other females or want to work with other females, and what that training is in terms of just that. A lot of these women may not have experienced domestic violence or homelessness, and here it is, people in prostitution. People may not have experienced, here it is, being raped and molested, but yet they out there in racism. Well, you know, I only, my stuff is good, honey. I don't care what they say. But anyway, we move right along from that. But the thing is, and that's when we look at tulips, it is breaking down the barriers that we as women have put up. Now, if we're working in a profession of working with other people, then here it is. Don't you think that here it is, we should have a relationship among one another? That here it is, there is a bond? Sure. Okay? So listen, mental health is Kaiser Society, and because we deal with UGMA in terms of collective work and responsibility, and here it is, that thing of understanding what self-determination is and our unity, yeah, I guess, yes, that would be aligned with the communal aspect of mental health. Now, me speaking about mental health, there is I think I missed it. It was on the 10th, but they had, if you went on meetup.com, there was one moment please. We had a past event that took place at the Peachtree Presbyterian Church. Now the Peachtree Presbyterian Church had a mental health program that was focused on that. Let me see if it's an upcoming event. Okay, hold on. Okay, NAMI, N-A-M-I, Northside Mental Health. Let me open it up and read what it says. Mental Health Fair. So NAMI Northside Mental Health Fair. It will be Saturday, June 14th, 10 to 2. Don't pretend. It was just people out there. Here it is. We had Joe Biden sit there and sign off. We don't need a whole bunch of mental health hospitals floating around here. Who you think you feeding with that? They even have their own mental health court. Now, if we need to work on that thing, meaning we need to have the communication with ourselves as a community so that here it is, we are nurturing our well-being. Don't throw us in no psychiatric hospital. I rebuke that. But get involved. Oh, Lord. What? Hold up. No. Here it is. If you feel like you're staying in the same manner, then you go and you start participating with these things. It's okay. Okay? So here it is in terms of street meat and kite society. Yes. Yes, I participate. I'm going to need to know about our well-being. You see how I'm going and talking about the doctors are here? I went here, they talk about our health, and here this action mode with the Black Unity Project. I mean, all of that. Okay? So when they start talking about our well-being, the answer to that is yes. It says here, NAMI, N-A-M-I, Northside Mental Health Fair. We must be on the know. There are women out there. I have her information. I had went to the Gateway Center. We have women out there who and professional counselors and stuff like that that do have the interest about the well-being of our community. Okay? Here it is. We have to question why most of them homeless folks look like they look. Now, if you ask me, here it is. They should be groomed. Not only should they be groomed, but we should be making sure that they are the ones who's out there actively volunteering in our communities so that they don't, for real, find themselves in an empty place. That's one thing, talk about services, but it's another thing. We have to question, why do our, first of all, we have a lot of different people. I understand that there's a need for certain things, but when you look at the bulk of them looking like they look, you must ask ourselves as a community, what's going on? Okay. Please join us. This is NAMI Northside Mental Health Fair. It's going to be Saturday, June 14th, 10 a.m. to 2. Please, I encourage people, please sign up to meetup.com/streetmeet. We have a full range, full calendar of different events that vary from this to that. That is of interest to Street Meat Company. Now, we do want people to participate. Some meetings I'm going to be at some, and others I do not attend. The reason why is because I'm attending another meeting. It's not that I don't find it interesting. I put it on the calendar because it is an interest to Street Meat Company. Okay? Now, Peachtree Presbyterian Church, 30305, 334 Roswell Road, Northwest Atlanta, Georgia. They care. 10 a.m. to 2, Saturday. Please join us for our second annual NAMI Northside Mental Health Fair. Admission to attend is free. There's lunch and there's a panel discussion for those who have reserved tickets. So the encouragement where I got this information from was the Eventbrite. So please go on to eventbrite.com. Please respond by May 30th to reserve your free ticket. Now, the thing is that it's already, I do have a free ticket. If you feel like you want to go, please get in contact with me. Just go ahead and go on my meetup.com. Let me know, and then here it is. I'll try to make sure you get that free ticket or you blase, blase, okay? You can always change the name on that. All right. Or here it is. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Say what I mean? Okay. You can use street because, no. Hold up. If you're interested in going, please, I will get in contact with TCU Presbyterian Church. How about that? All right. Or you call them yourself. All right. Okay, what else? I mean, for real, I need to go over this calendar because there be things going on, and I'll be wanting people to participate with this certain thing because they're there for a reason, okay? Now, today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. All right. Let's see. Women, we are already emotional beings, but there is such a thing called emotional abuse. Again, some of that stuff is Nguzo Saba, but again, tulips is for women working with women. Okay? And even though we are emotional beings, and though we may have our concerns, that will be under Kite Society and the Nguzo Saba. Because the thing is that I would want to know that there was somebody that I would be able to work with. And sometimes when you're going through certain things, being involved in the community helps. The way that it goes, helping others is helping yourself. And it's just the truth. So just because I'm bruised, don't mean that here it is, I don't have a care. So when I'm out there, though I'm bruised, okay, I'm not trying to carry that. Do you understand? I am not. And I do not want to use that as if it's some kind of crutch for me to sit here and talk about street meat or Kite Society. But it is real. Okay? Said the meat is bigger than that. Yet here it is. I must be concerned about my well-being. And so I talk to you about health and wealth. Okay? Well, here it is. You understand certain things going on here and there. Yes, we need to talk about Kite Society and what that is. Yes, we do. Anyway, I want to go back and make certain announcements. Wow, all that and those small little notes I done made. Wow. Okay. Goodness gracious. Listeners, if you feel like you want to call in another time, please dial 646-564-9776. Street Meet The Point. We are on air daily at 11:30 p.m. at least without technical difficulties. Our next Street Meet mingle will be Sunday, July 6, 2014 at 2 p.m. As I had communicated with you, I will break down each one of those things with this conversation. So, what you mean by that? Whether we're talking about 3WD, whether we're talking about the Nguzo Saba, Tulips, Blog Talk, or Kite Society, I will put those in categories of discussion, okay, so that they're interact. I will try to make sure that my reading material is clear, and so that there's a clear understanding. I did kind of branch off in the explanation of domestic violence, but I want us to understand that here it is, and overstand and substand, that there is some means in there that we must understand what those boundaries are, knowing the elementary rules of keep your hands to yourself. You know, We have to understand what that thing is in terms of, and now is it Head Start or whatever? It doesn't matter. But somewhere in there, your mama had taught you to keep your hands to yourself. Again, do we need to question? Here it is, how our mamas treated us. Now, I ain't gonna fib to you. Honey, my mama was something else. But I ain't gonna fib to you. That's still my mama. That's still, I won't steal my mama, but that's still my mama. Okay? You understand where I'm coming from? I don't want to diss my mama. Now, we was there, I was like, woman, you know I'm about to go on this road. Don't be talking no smack. You know, sometimes they be out of concern. They be talking some smack. I said, don't be talking no smack, and I'm out here traveling and carrying on. You would think that here it is, her former words would have been different. But what I'm realizing is just the truth. What I'm realizing is that when they sit here and say something about, the whole aspect of, okay, well, we Brahmin heads, or, we Brahmins. Oh, that's a Brahmin head. All that stuff that those people go, hold up. There's a big difference from people. This is put like this. You could read a book, and as you read the book on how to fish, but then when you can read a book on how to fish, but until you actually fish, that's when you actually know how to do it. So what do you mean by that? Yes, I read a book. It tells me about the hook. And it tells me that you can put a worm on the hook. And then here it is, me throwing a line out there. Now I've read it. But the thing is that once you actually go out there and you put your hands on the worms and you put the worms on the hook or whatever other little seafood they can have going on, and you throw that fish hook out there, and while the fish hook is out there, you waiting and you trying to see if anything gonna pull it. Now you get the reel and you reel it in. Now you see what kind of fish you got. Then here it is. Now you know how to fish. Because of your experience is what makes you blessed, what makes you know how to do it. Now, whether you're a criminal or here it is a sanctified person, the thing is, what? Of course we want to be good, boo. Of course we want to avoid trouble, We don't want to, what? Okay. So the reason why I'm communicating that is that sometimes, as they would say, these people, we've gotten to someplace else because they felt like their practice had made perfect. Just like somebody who smokes a cigarette. Once you smoke one, you feel like you perfected it because now you want to make oh-ohs. Now you want to have it go through your nose. Now you want to feel like here it is, this, that, and the other. The answer to that is what? Now we have to decide on what that practice make perfect is. What? Practice should not be perfect when you're thinking about domestic violence. Anything that is infringing our human, civil, and constitutional rights, it is a concern. It is such a concern that we must address it. And the reason why we have to address it, because we ain't trying to give that person no right. Now, what kind of right, or R-I-T-E, do I want to give another person that I already had, that I already have, that I already possess? We didn't have to go through certain things to figure it out. But when you have somebody pushing you against the wall, I guess at that point, you would have to know how to defend yourself. But if you did not practice, you would not know how to do that. But the thing is that when we look at how the policemen have showed women how to defend themselves, or what they would call, I'm not really, what was the thing, self-defense, okay? When we look at here it is, that level, the woman ain't out there intentionally trying to put no mace on nobody. What she is trying to do is trying to protect herself because somebody out there is trying to bother her. Listen, you could teach somebody how to paint, but it takes, you can teach somebody how to paint a wall, but it takes somebody who feel like they have experience to know how to draw. Not everybody know how to paint within the line. Okay? And so the concern will be just this. understanding the elementary rules when it comes down to dealing with other people. And that scope will be the cordial aspect of that. Anyway, thank you very much. My name is Irene Ratner, Salubrious. Um, Thanks for joining Street Meet the Point. I think that I will try to reiterate some of those other things. The reason why is because when we look at kite society and our concerns when it comes down to domestic violence, mental health, and other issues, it is just that. Okay? We're here just when we want to understand. Man, I ain't gonna fib to you. I just looked at Facebook on the Misty's page, and I saw, I don't know if it was Misty or Juan, and I saw on there where I had missed the police brutality panel, and they had the Sankopas, and I was like, I ain't gonna fib to you. If I had done, some of these meetings, I'd be like, okay. That was one that I would have wanted to attend because I would have communicated just that. Yes, we need to build kite society. We have a lot of these meetings, a lot of these places that end up housing people who may go through certain experiences, but they're not actually providing the nurturing that they need, or we're not actually healing, HEALING, that thing. Matter of fact, it just seems some of the information that I have received thus far is as if, just like homelessness become a business. Domestic violence seems like it has become a business. Motherfucker, what? I ain't gonna, what? Anyway, this is Strictly Company. FCC, this is on, where am I? Okay, this is online. Okay. Thanks for joining Street Meet the Point. My name is Irene Ratliff. I do thank the listening audience and hope to have your support. We do accept donations, crowdfunding support, and your participation. Everyone is valuable in your participation to help yourself, your family, community, local, state, region, federal, and global community relies on the many people that contribute to it being an effective structure. Thanks again. Please visit www.streetmeet.biz or biz.com or biz because it is no. And our Connect partner, www.meetup.com/street-meet. Thank you. Good night or good morning. Thanks for listening.
Vengo des enfants d'Ounia, la qui rien pour moi. Mais ça va dire monsieur, fais bec à moi clé. Pour moi gagner un petit monnaie, pour acheter manger. Ça nana n'a pour gâter, ça la point du tout. Ça nana n'a pour gâter, ça t'y voit pas, ça la point. Ça nana n'a pour gâter, ça la point du tout. Ça nana n'a pour gâter, ça t'y voit pas, ça la point. Momo l'a jamais dit à moi, quand la point il faut voler. Papa l'a jamais dit à moi, quand la point il faut mendier. M'y rappellons pas longtemps, quand la fait point travail. L'été ça va avec la clé pour acheter manger. Ça que nana n'a pour gâter, ça la point du tout. Ça que nana n'a pour gâter, ça qui voit pas ça que la point. Ça que nana n'a pour gâter, ça la point du tout. Ça que nana n'a pour gâter, ça qui voit pas ça que la point. La 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 da 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 da. La 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 da 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 da. La 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 da 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 da. La 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 da 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 da. Ben mon deux enfants Donia, raconte à d'autres histoires. Mais veux pas mon enfant idon avec un verre à l'eau sucrée. Nous la pouvons manger à soir, mais ça va rôder. La case mon maman Donia n'a toujours un gazon. Ça que nana n'a pour gâter, ça la point du tout. Ça que nana n'a pour gâter, ça qui voit pas ça que la fin. Ça que nana n'a pour gâter, ça la point du tout. Ça que nana n'a pour gâter, ça qui voit pas ça que la fin. Ça qui voit pas ça que la point. 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 Ça qui voit pas ça que la point.
Thank you. Good night. Street Meat Company, The Point.